The year was 2014 and the tall BJP leader in Narendra Modi, after winning the Lok Sabha election by a record margin, was addressing the nation from the ramparts of the Red Fort as the Prime Minister for the first time. It was the beginning of an era where things will start to change, where wheels will turn. While most remember PM Modi's inaugural speech for Jan Dhan scheme and for the Swachh Bharat campaign, many may be oblivious that he gave the call for increasing the domestic manufacturing capabilities. Additionally, for the first time, he gave the phrase "Make in India," asking foreign companies to come make in India, whether it be satellites or submarines. 7 years down the line, the combination of Atmanirbhar Bharat and Make in India is helping PM Modi and the country realize its long-standing dreams, something which Congress in its decades-long rule could not even envision. Hi and welcome. You're watching TFI English, the national socio-political analysis arm of the TFI Media Group. I am Isha, your host. In this video, I will tell you how Atmanirbhar Bharat and Make in India schemes are all set to make India a global defense powerhouse. Let's begin. As reported by TFI, in November, Defence Minister Rajnath Singh reassured the nation that we are successfully striving forward in fulfilling PM Modi's goal of a self-reliant defence industry, informing the nation that currently Indian Defence Forces use 65% of weapons and products which are made in India. The Defence Minister promised that soon these 65% will be turned into 90%. The defence sector can become Atmanirbhar when it starts to create and when it starts to export. Under the current administration, the sector is doing just the same. The Modi government has focused on exporting arms and ammunition developed indigenously in the country to other nations, and in the last 7 years, the country has exported defense items worth more than Rs 38,000 crore. According to reports, 3 Indian arms companies have already broken the glass ceiling by entering the top 100 list of arms sales globally. In the report compiled by the Stockholm International Peace Research Institute, which tracks global arms trade, Hindustan Aeronautics Limited, Indian Ordnance Factories, and Bharat Electronics Limited have found themselves on the list. HAL is at number 42 with US $2.97 billion, up 1.5% from 2019 sales. Indian Ordnance Factories are at the 60th spot with US $1.9 billion in sales, up 0.2% from the previous year. BEL is ranked 66 with US $1.63 billion in arms sales, up 4% compared to 2019. The government of India has also enhanced FDI in defense sector up to 74% through the automatic route for companies seeking new defense industrial licenses and up to 100% by government route wherever it is likely to result in access to modern technology or for other reasons to be recorded. In a major boost to the Make in India and as a corollary, the Atmanirbhar Bharat campaign, the Indian government in August granted Indian auto giant Mahindra & Mahindra Limited and its subsidiary Mahindra Defence Systems Limited a contract worth Rs 1,349.95 crore for the manufacturing of integrated anti-submarine warfare defence suite for modern warships of Indian Navy. The IADS comes with an integrated capability for detecting enemy submarines and torpedoes at extended ranges as well as diverting incoming torpedoes fired by enemy submarines, and it will greatly enhance the anti-submarine warfare capability of the Indian Navy. Just like Mahindra & Mahindra, another private indigenous firm named Economic Explosives Limited reposed the faith shown by the government and delivered the first batch of India-made multi-mode hand grenades. Earlier, Prime Minister Narendra Modi handed over light combat helicopter and other indigenous defense equipment to the Indian Air Force. The twin LCH in the 58-ton weight class is the only attack helicopter in the world that can take off and land at an altitude of 5,000 meters or 16,400 feet with a massive amount of weapons and fuel. Along with this, it can fly up to a height of 15 to 16,000 feet. The light combat aircraft Tejas, manufactured by Tata Airbus, deal with the government in the final stages are other notable achievements of the current regime. PM Modi also gave an electronic warfare system called Shakti to the Indian Navy. Shakti is meant for interception, detection, classification, identification, and jamming of conventional and modern radars. It has been developed by DRDO. Moreover, the foundation stone of the defense industrial corridor was also laid in Uttar Pradesh and Tamil Nadu to become Atmanirbhar in the manufacturing and service of aerospace and defense equipment. The defense corridor plan in the southern state has been identified in Chennai, Trichy, Salem, Hosur and Coimbatore as areas of focused development. It is pertinent to note that the Defence Ministry recently placed an order worth Rs 7,523 crores to the Heavy Vehicles Factory for the supply of 118 units of the main battle tank Arjun's Mark 1A variant for the Indian Army. The Combat Vehicles Research and Development in Chennai is the main DRDO lab involved in the development of armored fighting vehicles, tanks and automotive. It is also part of the defense corridor. Meanwhile, Uttar Pradesh has emerged as the top investment destination. Companies from the United States, the United Kingdom, Japan, Canada, Germany and South Korea have shown interest in setting up their manufacturing unit's corporate office in the state. Cumulatively, an investment worth Rs 45,000 crore has been proposed, which will create 1.35 lakh jobs in the state. As reported by TFI, at the 21st Indo-Russian Summit held earlier this month, Prime Minister Narendra Modi and Russian President Vladimir Putin met and announced a decision of procurement of over 6 lakh AK-203 assault rifles, which will become the standard piece of equipment for the Indian Army. The manufacturing will take place in Amethi, Uttar Pradesh. The project will likely be implemented by a special purpose joint venture called Indo-Russian Rifles Private Limited and Munitions India Limited alongside Rosoboron Export and Kalashnikov of Russia. With the success of production-linked incentive schemes in different sectors of the economy, it wouldn't be hyperbole to suggest that the government might be planning something on the same lines for the defense sector. The government has already approved the scheme for the procurement of drones and the drone components, which will offer tremendous benefits to almost all sectors of the economy. These include agriculture, mining, infrastructure, surveillance, emergency response, transportation, geospatial mapping, defense, and law enforcement, to name a few. Recently, the Indian Navy signed a contract with Bharat Electronics Limited for India's first indigenous anti-drone system. An anti-drone system basically can detect and jam an adversary's unmanned aerial vehicle. This anti-drone system will keep Indian ships and airspaces secured from enemy drones of Pakistan and China. Currently, India is the third biggest military spender in the world and also the second largest importer of arms transferred between 2016 to 20, with a share of 9.5% of global arms imports. However, with PM Modi at the helm of affairs, the industry has taken a momentous leap that may dwarf the advancements made in the last 70 years cumulatively.